The Silence Beneath Blackfriars. London had a way of swallowing sounds at night. Footsteps vanished into fog. Carriages became ghosts. Even the Thames seemed to hold its breath beneath Blackfriars Bridge, sliding past in a thick, ink-dark hush. I was halfway across the bridge when I noticed the man standing perfectly still at the balustrade, not leaning, not looking down, just waiting. People paused for all sorts of reasons on bridges: love, regret, curiosity. But something about him snagged my attention. Perhaps it was his posture, rigid, almost ceremonial, or the fact that he wore gloves despite the mild spring air. I slowed, pretending to fumble with my coat, and watched. 5 seconds passed. 10. Then he stepped back, turned once toward St. Paul's looming in the fog, and walked away, without a glance at the river. Only then did I see what he had left behind. A single black shoe, polished to a mirror shine, placed neatly on the stone rail. The shoe was still there an hour later when the police finally arrived. No scuffing, no water damage, no matching pair anywhere along the bridge or river bank. The officers argued quietly, voices muffled by fog, before one of them, young, uncertain, picked it up with 2 fingers as though it might bite. "There's no body," he said, more to himself than anyone else. "No," I replied, "but there's intent." They glanced at me, irritated. A woman alone at night, too observant for comfort. I gave them my card. I investigate things people prefer, remain unsolved. By morning, the shoe had vanished into evidence, and Blackfriars resumed its ordinary indifference. Newspapers mentioned it briefly. Suspicious item found. No further developments. But I had seen the man's face, or rather, I had not. The fog had erased him with surgical precision. So I did what London always requires of those who wish to know its secrets. I walked. The shoe was bespoke. Old-world craftsmanship. Cobbled by hand, stitched with care, meant for a man who noticed details and expected the world to do the same. There are only so many such shoemakers left. By afternoon, I found the shop tucked into a narrow lane that pretended not to exist. The bell over the door rang once, soft, apologetic. The cobbler was ancient or pretending to be. His eyes, however, were sharp. "Yes," he said before I spoke. "I made that shoe." I asked how he knew. He lifted another from beneath the counter, its twin. He ordered only one. That stopped me. "People lose shoes," I said. "They do not commission them singly," the cobbler replied. He insisted, paid double, told me the other foot had already gone. "Gone where?" The old man shrugged. He said London had it. The client's name was Thomas Hale, a clerk according to the ledger. Quiet, precise, paid in exact change, returned twice to check the progress, never staying long. "And did he seem," I asked carefully, "suicidal?" The cobbler's mouth twitched. "No, he seemed resolved." There is a difference. Thomas Hale lived in a boarding house near Fleet Street. His room was immaculate, bed made, desk cleared, no note, except, hidden beneath the blotter, a folded map of London. Someone had traced a careful route in pencil. Cobblers, tailors, booksellers, watchmakers, places of old trades dying slowly beneath glass and steel. At each stop, a small mark. A tally. The final mark sat at Blackfriars Bridge. I sat on the edge of his bed and felt, absurdly, like an intruder in a ritual already completed. The bookseller was next. She remembered Thomas. Said he bought a ledger, blank, heavy, bound in cracked leather. "For writing?" I asked. "For remembering," she corrected. He said the city forgets too easily. The tailor said Thomas ordered no clothes, only asked questions about closures, about when shops had opened and why they would soon shut. The watchmaker had been the last. He didn't want it fixed, the man told me, holding up a silver pocket watch. He wanted it stopped, at a precise minute. What minute? The watchmaker checked the inscription Thomas had requested inside the case. 11:43 p.m. The time I had crossed Blackfriars Bridge. By nightfall I understood. Thomas Hale had not been preparing to die. He had been preparing to disappear. London devours people quietly. Always has. Entire lives vanish between train stations and census records. Thomas, meticulous to the end, had decided to choreograph his own erasure. No body, no witnesses, no scandal. Only a suggestion. A man steps onto a bridge. A shoe remains. The city fills in the rest. I returned to Blackfriars at 11:43 p.m. the following night. Fog obligingly returned, thick as wool. I stood where Thomas had stood, listening to the river murmur secrets it would never share. And then I heard it. Footsteps behind me, measured, careful. "You're early," Thomas Hale said. I did not turn. "So are you," I replied. He stood beside me, whole and very much alive, wearing the missing shoe. "I wondered if anyone would notice," he said. "I notice," I said, "because you miscalculated." "Oh?" "You left too perfect a story. London prefers mess." He smiled faintly. "I couldn't bear to leave nothing." We stood together in the fog, two silhouettes London would never remember. "Where will you go?" I asked. "Nowhere that keeps records," he said. "I've already begun again." I glanced at his feet. 2 shoes now, identical, immaculate. "You didn't need me," I said. "No," he agreed, "but you needed to know." He stepped back, already fading. "Tell no one," he said. "Let them believe what they wish." London, after all, is built on assumptions. The next morning, the shoe reappeared on the bridge. Same place, same shine. This time, the river had taken it, and London, satisfied at last, forgot Thomas Hale completely, except for me, and now, for you.